we like to call it the Supernatural Hour. And now, our hosts.
Hey, welcome to the Supernatural Hour.
So I understand there was some investigations, a residential investigation.
We did a residential. It actually wasn't our residential. We were just asked to come in and assist on it, but there was a woman who woke up to see pictures of herself on her camera, and she lives alone, pictures while she was sleeping. And it looks like a man in a cloak with his hand, reaching out to touch her. So she actually called a medium, and the medium works with us, and she just asked us to kind of come and assist and make sure there wasn't anything else there, because it sounded pretty nasty. But it was a spirit named Gossamer. It was really interesting. He didn't present to me as like a person standing up. He presented as like energy hovering up at the top of the ceiling. But he was actually there as a protector spirit. Her daughter was there. Her daughter had passed with some health issues, and the daughter was there. Hasn't crossed, didn't really have a message, just wanted to hang out with her mom. She said that she knew how to cross when she felt like it was time for her. So the only other thing, there was a type 3 in the neighboring apartment, so we, salted. And he didn't come into the apartment. He just was kind of watching, hoping that maybe this homeowner would get scared enough that he could swoop in and take over. But Gossamer is pretty strong. And
you put up a barrier of some kind?
He kind of kept him out, kind of kept him at bay. But we went up and put just salt on the wall.
Adjacent wall.
Mm-hmm. And then saged it just to get the bad juju out. But we weren't there for very long because it wasn't as nasty and scary as we thought.
That was interesting.
Things hovering over you when you're sleeping and you wake up is like a nightmare for me. So,
yeah, I could see how that would go. So I think that kind of wraps up the investigations. Move on.
And just FYI, we talked about getting in touch with us. What is the best contact point? What email address should we be throwing out there?
That's logical, so I'm going to look at Chad.
AdvancedParanormal.com. We've got some contact information there where we can go in there. The other one would be advanced.paranormal@gmail.com.
Or just hit us up on TikTok or YouTube.
Yeah.
You could do that too.
And if it's hate mail, castle@wisps.org. Just kidding.
That's where all the hate mail goes. On the Advanced Paranormal website, we also have a lot of swag you can check out and buy yourself a mug or a T-shirt or a bumper sticker or tapestry.
I still need to get a notebook for school.
Yeah. And so, check it out. And then, like I said, find the contact information.
So, Emmett, you got anything for us this week?
Well, I've just got a little one this week. A lot of people have used the SB7 Spirit Box, and it's got a terrible internal speaker.
It does.
It's just you can't hardly hear it.
Is the Spirit Box the one that goes?
Exactly. Yes. Yep. So it's annoying to begin with, and
Gives
a tiny
me
speaker
anxiety.
makes it hard to hear with.
I was saying, if you're not already on edge in a dark room, throw that sound in there. Yeah.
There you go. That's the way we roll. Let's get creepy. But some vendors sell that with a little amplified speaker called a Sprout. I don't know if some of you've seen it. It's a little white plastic thing with a foam cover. It just plugs into the side. And that actually does an okay job. It doesn't come with all versions. But, sooner or later, you graduate to, an aftermarket speaker. And I found two that I really like. One of them it's called the Simplicity speaker, and it was actually sold with SB7s for a while by a certain vendor, and it's Bluetooth capable. The SB7 is not Bluetooth capable, but you have to hardwire it. But
so you just plug it into the headphone jack
exactly.
in the SB7.
You plug it in. Yeah, the SB7 has an output. You plug it into there, and the other end into the speaker. And this one's the one. It's actually cute because it says when you plug in the hard wire, it actually says now in SB7 mode.
Now,
which is kind of cool.
What the people listening don't know, you and Jess are on Zoom, so I'm looking at you on a computer screen. You held it up so I could see it, and even Doc and Chad couldn't see it because I'm the only person that can see the computer screen. Emmett, will you send us a picture of that so we can throw it up on the YouTube when this goes up on YouTube?
I will, and it's actually, I don't think it's been made for a while, so the one I found, I had to find on eBay. I couldn't find it on Amazon.
That's interesting. I saw it on Amazon. Well, actually, I saw a case for it on Amazon.
A what?
a case for it, like a little
case,
mound-shaped case. Yeah.
Yeah. But the other one I've been using, in fact, we got several of them, is the JBL Go 2, which is a little square one. It comes in colors, and it is still very commonly available, and it does basically the same thing. And, you know, it'll run you about $25 on eBay or Amazon. And that one you could get a little rubber boot for, so, you know, things get knocked around as we use them, and that helps protect them. But and I'll get photos of both of those. But those are the two mainly that I pack around. They're small. You know, you can actually put the SB7 and the speaker in one hand and carry them around like that, and it just makes a world of difference over that pathetic little tiny onboard speaker.
Right. And if you're just investigating by yourself, headphones are great with those.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because you hear
earbuds,
it.
it's perfect. Yeah, the only time you need the external speaker is if there's
Other
more
people.
than one person.
Yeah, public investigations.
And don't
or,
go investigating by yourself. Get a buddy.
Yeah, ever.
That was a good disclaimer. Throw that out there.
There we
I
go.
mean, I'm someone that needs to hear my environment when I'm in a place that's a bit spooky. So I think I would just use that because I want to look around my surroundings and hear anything coming, especially in like an old, creaky place.
Well, that's why you use earphones with like a recorder, an EVP recorder, because then you're hearing, you know, all the natural sounds too, but you'll hear the EVPs in real time over the headphones. So
That's a good tip.
little tricks you
Never
can
thought about
you know.
that.
That's awesome. So,
That's
Jess. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think that's awesome, Emmett. Thank you. Jess, did you have a stone for us today?
Yeah, I just was like, what kind of message do we need today? And I picked amber. Apparently, it's transparency, calm, purification, creativity. And what it's saying, it's kind of meaning is like, maybe I needed to hear this today. An issue that is causing tension and friction in your life will soon erupt and come to a head. You're being urged to stay calm during this emotionally charged event. Express how you feel, but don't be drawn into saying things you don't mean. This event is, in fact, a blessing, one that is perhaps well overdue. Through it, you will realize where you stand and how others truly feel. And then I looked up like the meaning of it, where other people are saying it, and it's long been associated with good fortune. And according to legend, amber brings good luck and helps you achieve your goals. So I guess, like, you know, bringing things to a head and then making it, you know, your life a little better, and brings joy and happiness, helps you find your true calling, protects you from bad luck, attract love, and increase your financial status. It's believed to be one of the oldest forms of natural healing.
Cool.
And it's used to clone dinosaurs. Oh, wait, that was another documentary.
I need more sleep today.
Raven is just shaking her head
I'm
at
so
me.
tired today. I'm so tired.
I think amber's
Oh,
beautiful,
man.
though, as a stone or a, I don't know what you call it. I guess you'd call it a
It's a
stone.
fossil, right?
It's a-
Technically, it's
Yeah, it's fossilized sap.
I mean,
I have amber earrings that I bought at the Dinosaur Museum at Thanksgiving Point.
Amber's
Is there
beautiful.
a mosquito in it?
that's right.
I'll have to go look. Actually, if you go to, so that's going to be in Utah. It's in Lehi, Utah. If you go to the Dinosaur Museum, and it's one of the best ones in the world.
It's a museum of, what's it called? Museum of, I can't remember what
Museum
it's
of Ancient
called. Life.
Ancient
Museum
Life.
of Ancient Life. That's right.
We just call it the Dinosaur Museum. So they have a whole wall of amber with different little things in it, kind of behind glass and little holes. You can kind of look through the little holes and
Cool.
see it. Have you ever seen
Neat.
it, Emmett?
No.
Oh, you need to go to the Dinosaur Museum. And then at the very end of in the museum, they've got like this water and sand, and you can go in there and build sand, and they've got little plastic dinosaurs you can play with the water.
Okay, I'm in now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Once you got the
Yeah.
sandbox.
There we
Done
go.
deal.
Yep.
And
No
water.
cats.
It's got
Keep the
water
cats out.
running. It's amazing. They've got a lot of interactive things for
It-
kids to do.
It's an amazing museum. I mean, the fossils that they've got, they've got everything.
And
It's-
if you're looking for someone to sponsor that Thanksgiving Point.
Hint, hint.
Okay.
Hint, hint. That's cool. Well, before the junk drawer, I want to remind you all about Supernatural Hour swag at advancedparanormal.com. All of your swag needs, everything under the sun, or the moon, I should say.
yeah,
Yep. Guess it depends on the time of day. So for our junk drawer today, I've noticed a lot of posts on Facebook about Halloween candy. And when you go into the stores, you're starting to see Halloween candy in August. As far as I am concerned, if there's Halloween candy in the store, you can decorate for Halloween. But that makes Chad and the neighbors a little weirded out. So I will wait till the last week of September. Anyway, so
It doesn't mean you're not buying stuff already, though.
that is true.
You know what would be cool for Halloween decorating would be flamingo skeletons. For
I
the
have,
lawn.
well, I have those.
You do?
Oh,
Yes.
but
Oh
she
my
made
God.
them
Well,
into vultures.
Mine are vultures. I've got
Oh, okay.
flamingos. You take the pink flamingo, you can paint them when they look like vultures. And you put little white fuzz around their necks, and you paint them black and a little maroon nose.
Cool.
But I don't have skeleton ones.
I mean, that's what I should do being in Florida.
Yes, you should. So, yeah, but if you paint them, the flamingos look a lot like a vulture. Anyway, I kind of want to hear what everyone's favorite Halloween candy is. And I know it's not Halloween yet, but there's Halloween candy in the store, so dang it, we're going to talk about Halloween candy. And I will start. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are my favorite candy, but you make them pumpkin-shaped or
Oh,
Easter egg-shaped or Christmas-shaped.
Christmas tree.
And
that's
they're
the best
better. Are you eating a Reese's
Literally,
Peanut Butter Cup?
before you said this, I pulled this out and I've been eating one.
I
Yeah.
look over and she's literally eating a peanut butter cup. Anyway,
But those
I hope
shaped
you brought
ones,
enough for everyone.
the shaped
Right.
ones
they got extra
are-
peanut butter in them. They've got to.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Ooh,
think the
yeah.
chocolate's a little thinner and a little more peanut butter, but the pumpkin shaped Reese's peanut
Mhm.
butter cups are the best candy on the planet. Followed,
They make one that's peanut butter on the outside and the inside.
no, there's got to be a little chocolate on it for me. And now that I can't eat carbs, I actually found some low carb Reese's peanut butter cups.
You know, we could just get you a jar of peanut butter and a bottle of chocolate syrup and a big spoon.
Not the same texture.
Oh, it's a texture thing.
It's kind of a
Okay.
textury thing, but that's
Okay,
not
I
bad.
get
If I'm hard pressed, okay. Anyway, so followed after that by Almond Joys when my kids were little.
Mm.
I'd have parent tax. They'd come home from Halloween. Everybody had to give me one Reese's peanut butter cup, except for my one child who didn't like coconut. I would get one Almond Joy from him.
Almond Joys are my favorite.
'Kay.
Definitely.
Have you guys tried the Skittles Shriekers that have been out for the last couple of years?
Ooh, no. Do
So
tell.
they used to have zombie Skittles, which they look like regular Skittles, kind of like how they do the Bean Boozled thing with Jelly Bellies.
Mhm.
But every once in a while, you'd get a Skittle that tasted like the air that came out of an old tire,
Ooh.
and it was absolutely horrendous, like dry heave horrendous, to the point that they weren't fun to eat. They have since taken a new approach, so they have these Skittles called Skittles Shriekers, and they all look the same. They have different flavors, but they look like regular Skittles. But every once in a while, you'll pop like a super sour one, and my kids love them because they can.
Are they like atomic warhead sour?
Yeah, and they're not quite that bad. I mean, but you can definitely tell. You pop one in and you go, "Whew, that one was not like the other ones." But they're actually really good. And my kids, where the zombie Skittles would like make you throw up, these just have a little extra sour punch. And my kids like sour candy, so they love them. So I already bought like 3
Ooh.
bags of those.
Ipecac flavor. Mm.
Yeah, no, those zombie Skittles were disgusting. But yeah, Skittles Shriekers, if you see them in stores, they're pretty tasty.
I also like candy corn, and I know that people are really
Oh, God.
polarized on candy corn. But
So
I
what, were
love
you born in
candy
like
corn.
1926 or something?
I love candy corn. It is amazing.
I do too.
I can't eat it anymore, but if I could, I would eat my body weight in candy corn.
Candy corn's one of those things for me that I don't think, I'm going to go out and buy a bunch of this. I mean, at Halloween I do because I like it, but I mean, just in general. But it's like, if there's a bowl of candy corn there, it's like, okay.
And the best are the Brocks because they kind of have a honey flavor to them, not just sugar, as if they've got that honey vibe.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I won a game of Blackout using like mellow cream pumpkins, the same like candy corn, the little pumpkin shaped ones. And I won, and the prize was everybody's mellow cream pumpkins.
That they'd pot all over for the last
Yeah,
hour.
and
Ew.
I ate like my body weight in them and got super sick. And so now I can do like a couple of candy corn a season. Otherwise, I get super sick.
Yeah, that's me. I'll 6 of them a year. I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
And for a Halloween candy for me, you never see these or rarely see these for Halloween candies. Good and plenty's.
So Chad has said if I ever just want to knock him off, I just have to go to Costco and buy a Costco-sized box of Good and Plenty's and just leave him on his desk, and he'll eat his death. He's diabetic.
I have
so-
I have no self control with good and plenty.
So if you ever
With sugar-coated licorice.
There
so,
goes your alibi.
so if you ever see me walking out of Costco with a giant bag of Good and Plenty, someone better call Chad
You
and
know you're up to bad things.
give him a warning. So one year for Halloween, they had the best candy, and I think I just got it at Walmart, and I've never seen it since. I think I found it on Amazon, and it was ridiculous, crazy expensive. But they were these little candies. They were shaped like brains and hearts, and I think hands. There was like 3 or 4 different shapes. And they
body
were
parts.
body parts, and you would bite into them. I think they might have had feet, but you'd bite into them, and there was caramel on the inside, but the caramel was red. Oh, those were the biggest hit. I don't even remember what they were called, but they were fantastic. They don't sell them anymore, though. It makes me super sad.
No.
And they were actually good, too. I ate.
They went the way of the pumpkin taffy. I haven't seen those for years either. The little orange
And-
taffies with the eyes and the they're the jack-o'-lantern ones.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen them for a while.
And then Baskin Robbins. You're not going to sponsor us because this is a bad review. Baskin Robbins used to have candy corn ice cream, which was amazing, and they haven't had it for a couple of years, so
So get your
no
act
Baskin
together.
Robbins until you get your candy corn ice cream
Your
back.
enemy now.
Don't
ice
want
cream
your
enemy.
sponsorship.
Supply chain problems.
No,
Supply chain
They
problems.
have it's the stupid thing where they do like their flavor of the year, and it's amazing, and you get addicted to it, and then they don't have it again ever. It sucks.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Anyway,
Sad stuff.
Baskin Robbins is going to call tomorrow. Can we
So-
sponsor you? And I'm going to be like, no, not unless you put your candy corn ice cream back. Stupid Baskin Robbins. Okay.
When you talked about like the candy tax for moms.
Yep.
I have this thing where I don't finish things because I don't want it to end or go away, and I would let that candy sit forever to the point where my mom just ate it all, and I wouldn't even notice because I just couldn't get myself to actually eat it.
But
She
which
still
one?
does that, by the way.
I am my mother's daughter, and I do like sweet stuff, so.
Which one's your favorite?
So I like to go between like a chocolatey thing and then like a non-chocolatey thing. So Reese's is a big one for me, but for a long time I ate too much of it. So like I'm sort of getting back into it. I like the mint Kit Kats and sour Skittles. Like I ate too much where my tongue would hurt.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm with you on the Reese's. If someone were to get me for Christmas, like, one of those 10-pound Reese's peanut butter cups, it would take me 2 years to eat it because I'd have to eat it like one smidge at a time because
Mm-hmm.
can't eat carbs anymore.
It'd be hard as a rock.
I
or
don't
melted.
care. I don't care. I would still eat it. I am that mom that I'm cleaning out the car, and if I find a gummy bear under the
It's
seat-
been on the
No.
floor for how long?
If it's-
Do it. Do it.
If it's-
Do it.
if there's not too much stuff stuck to it, I'll eat it.
Isn't it all melted and gooey into your car?
No,
Like,
if it's
it didn't
melted-
melt into the
No,
car
I'm talking.
carpet.
It has to be an intact one. One that looks like maybe it was there recently.
Minimal carpet fibers.
Yeah, minimal fuzz.
One that's actually a bear.
If it's melted into the carpet, no, I'm not gonna eat it. That's gross. If there's too much stuff
Oh,
stuck
Raven,
to
I
it.
can never look at you the same again now. I'm sorry.
But luckily, I can't eat sugar anymore, so that won't happen. But gummy bears are delicious too.
Okay.
Sorry. Emmett, what's your favorites?
Well, I'm with you. Almond Joys, they're good. I love those. I haven't heard any love for Necco wafers.
Oh,
People
those
talk
are
about
good.
old
Because
fashioned
every once in a
candies.
while you get a licorice one. So
Oh, and the
Yeah.
licorice ones are the best.
no, they're not.
Oh, I love
When we-
black
Tastes
licorice.
like good and plenties.
When we went to the mill, I literally bought sour Skittles and Necco wafers because they had the little country store at the
At the Benson
Grist
Gristmill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's it. I'm easy.
Yeah, that's the different candies. I like some of the old ones. You don't see it much, but the blackjack gum.
Gum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a Chico stick in there from time to time.
Yeah.
I remember going to the
I like
gas
those,
station and getting Chico
buttons.
sticks.
The little paper with the little candy bits on the paper, and you gotta like suffer and eat some paper. But
Oh, yeah.
those classics.
Okay,
That's
so
news to me.
You ever seen that?
Nope.
So I
No.
saw a story on Facebook about, and I don't know if it's true or not. It might be an urban legend, but someone who, on Halloween, would hold out their bag of treats for the kids to get, but they would put a potato in it, just at the very top, just all this candy, chocolate, good stuff, and then a potato. And apparently this potato has just become like the neighborhood, all the kids are excited because they got the potato that year. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this. So this year I'm going to have a potato.
Do you think they'll take it out of the bowl when we put the 15 pounds of candy on the front thing and the picture of Jesus and says, "Be honest"? And you think someone's going to take the potato?
Do you think that Chad has some issues over Halloween candy? He wanted to keep it all. Halloween candy's for the kids, not for us.
She buys like 15 pounds of very good chocolate, Snickers bars and Baby Ruths and all this. This is kind of the house to go to. And then we'll get ready and go out to the Indian Hills haunted house at like 7 o'clock, to go down and help and get things ready. So we put a big bowl of 15 pounds of chocolate out on the front and a picture of Jesus.
With a sign that says, "Please take only 2 or 3. Jesus is watching."
Yeah, and then Dr. Satan 2.0 is just going to take that whole bowl
And then
and bail, right?
And then
Future
Chad
Dr.
wants
Satan.
to take 2/3 of it back in the house to eat it for him.
Yes, I do.
It's not for you. It's Halloween.
I know. It's like $60 in Halloween
In
candy.
chocolate.
In chocolate.
You're a grown man. You go buy your own candy.
I eat it while I'm passing it out. It is
Well,
very
well, in
bad.
The secret is to start buying it now.
In some ways, I bought
See,
the other
I would
candy, too.
I would turn the picture of Jesus facing the other way, and then just take the whole bowl.
But we came back.
No,
'cause
have on the bottom.
he-
Have like a picture of Satan on the bottom of the bowl.
Oh, there you go.
That's good. I'm doing
Someone's
that.
going to hell.
Oh, that's what it should say right there.
Ooh, I'm doing that.
I
But
didn't think I was going to hell for chocolate, man.
I am so doing that.
Seems a little harsh.
So we came back. We came back, and there was still candy in the bowl because the people in our neighborhood didn't want to go to hell.
Last year, there were like 3 Smarties left.
There was more than that.
Oh.
All right.
So for the business, it's brought to you by Castle Photo Art. Go to Castle for your photo needs.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So what are we doing for business? We have a couple of new investigations up.
Yeah, so our Dead Talk and our October investigation coming up.
Dead Talk, a paranormal experience. It's going to be
You get it? Like a TED Talk, but it's a Dead Talk?
exactly.
That was my idea. I'm taking credit for that because that's like the only amazing thing I'll do in a very long time.
Go on. I'm listening.
So on September 16th at 7 p.m., we will be having our Dead Talk, a paranormal experience presentation from 7 until 8:30. And then at 9, for those who purchase the tickets with the investigation, will be investigated from 9 to 11 at the thing. So there are 2 different tickets. There's a ticket that's $10 just for the presentation, the Dead Talk, a paranormal experience. And there's a $35 ticket, which is limited to only 25 individuals. And that one, same presentation, but then we'll follow it with an investigation of the theater.
And those 20 they're actually going pretty quick. So, I mean, we put it up and we've sold like 4 within, like an hour.
Yeah,
So if you want those, hop on.
This
pretty
is a
fast.
hot take. What is the main topic?
The first one is just kind of paranormal 101. Just kind
So-
of who we are, what we do, why do we do it, what are the ghost hunting, ghost investigating basics.
What are safety procedures, what to do to protect yourself. We'll talk some about equipment.
What to do if you brought a demon home?
Pretty much.
Call
I was
Wisps.
just going to say, call us. We'll come fix it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun investigation. We have investigated at the Hub Theater. We did one January, February? And it was very successful. We get to see if your creepy bear's still out in the back.
Ooh.
Oh, geez. That
Yeah.
was a creepy bear.
We went and checked it a couple months ago. It was still there.
Yeah, it was a little stuffed bear thing, stuffed animal bear toy that was all grungy and like creepy. So there was a funny story with that because one of the other groups went out to check on it at the same time as the other group, and they scared each other.
That was hilarious.
Like
we
it.
all about wet ourselves.
And
So
that's an awesome venue too. It's that I actually saw an orb with my unaided eye in one of the theaters.
yeah,
This is in American Fork?
Yeah.
American Fork,
Yeah. And-
the Town Hub Theater. I even got it right that time. I always say like the Hub Theater or the Town Theater. It's the Town Hub Theater.
It's like right on Main
in American
Street,
Fork,
right?
right on Main Street.
Yeah. And Emmett, when you saw that, wasn't it a different color? It wasn't just white, wasn't it pink or green?
Yeah, it was pink,
Awesome.
and it was up towards the ceiling, and a couple other of our investigators saw it too. So it was pretty neat.
We also have our October investigation scheduled. That's going to be at the Leavitt Cemetery in Ogden. And we investigated there a couple of years ago, and it was really, really cool. We had a great night that night. We're looking for a repeat of that one, but that's a great, great venue. That Leavitt Cemetery investigation is going to be October 22nd. I believe we'll probably start that about 8 o'clock. In addition to that, Doc, you brought something else up that we've got going on.
This weekend,
Mm-hmm.
Supernatural Insiders meetup.
Yeah. We're looking forward to that. For all of the insiders, we have a little soiree and get-together. We call it the Shindig. And we have our insiders, and they bring guests based upon their patron level. And we're going to do an investigation. And we're going to have
Chick-fil-A.
Like I said, sponsorship, please.
Yeah, it was delicious.
We have their chicken strips and all their dips, and it's amazing.
So we're looking forward to that meeting with our patrons and their guests.
Yeah, so if you want to get in on that,
You
they
can
bring
still do it.
sides. And you know what? Last year, the sides were all amazing. There was not a nasty side to be had.
I remember a bow tie pasta.
Yes. And all you have to do is hop onto Patreon, become one of our Patreons. There's different levels for your different budgets and different stuffs you want, but you get fun swag and you get to come hang with us.
That's this weekend of the 27th.
Yeah, so our next podcast will tell you how amazing it was and all the fun you missed because you weren't a patron.
We learned how to investigate on a full stomach.
Exactly. In addition, October is going to get a little busy for us.
Spooky season.
We have a few library presentations. You want to talk about that, Raven?
So the library presentations are kind of fun. They last about an hour. And, again, we just kind of go over some basics of ghost hunting, because it's a library presentation. They don't want to get too, down and dirty. And then we do a really brief investigation, just enough to, kind of wet their whistle and give them a taste of it. And we've actually picked up some regulars from these library presentations, but we've got 4 lined up. So we've got one at the Central Park Community Center in Salt Lake, 25th South, 4th East, on Thursday the 13th of October. Chapman Library is on the 14th of October. American Fork Library is on the 21st of October. And then Springville Library is on the 26th of October.
So if you're interested in any of those, contact the libraries because I think they do control seating on a lot of those and tickets. Those are free presentations by the libraries. You look perplexed.
No. We do have one other little thing we can throw out as long as we're talking about spooky season. So I was on Facebook and noticed that the Indian Hills Haunt is officially going to be the 28th, 29th, and 31st of October. So we'll have information about that on our website.
Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a great when I say backyard haunt, it's not just a little haunt. It's quite a production. That's done by our Klaus, who is sometimes on the podcast, and he does a phenomenal job on that. Anything else for business?
No, that was a lot of business.
That was a lot of business.
Our 4 listeners have given up, and
We're
Well,
getting into
this
spooky
is the
season.
busy season, and
Yeah.
there is a lot more paranormal energy in the air in October than any other month. So if you only get out, once a year, that's the month to do it.
stay spooky, my haunty friends.
Have a good one.
Hey, good night.
Bye.
See you next time.
You've been listening to the Supernatural Hour at AdvancedParanormal.com. The Supernatural Hour is part of the Radio Ronin network found at RadioRonin.com. Copyright by Advanced Paranormal Services.